Come to this lesson. In our previous lesson, we looked at the overview for studying social studies in SHS1, where we looked at the thematic areas we'll be discussing in social studies. We looked at the environment, we looked at governance, politics, and stability, and then we looked at social and economic development. Now, under the environment, the first topic is the concept of self or self-identity. Now, by the end of this lesson, students should be able to explain personality, students should be able to explain self-identity, and explain the types of self. Now, personality refers to the individual characteristics that makes us unique. Now, when we talk about personality, the first thing that we discuss is the physical appearance of an individual. When we talk about physical appearance, we are talking about the outward look of an individual. We have individuals who are big, others are small, some are tall, and some are short. All these features makes us different and unique from one another. And so personality has to deal with the physical appearance also. Next one, we talk about the behaviors, the attitudes, and then the emotional patterns that evolve from nature and nurture. When we talk about attitudes and behaviors, we are talking about how individuals react to situations, and we do that differently. And then when we talk about emotional patterns, we talk about how an individual feels concerning a particular situation or a scenario. Now, when we talk about nature, we are talking about the unique genetic codes and the heredity that an individual possesses. Now, when we talk about nature, some individuals are naturally introverted, others are also extroverted. Some keep to themselves, others are talkatives. And all of these things are different from each other. And so when we talk about nature, we are talking about how God created us and the things that He gave us naturally. Some are able to sing, others are able to dance, some are able to play football, and everyone has something different that nature gave us. All of these things help shape our personality. Then we talk about nurture. When we talk about nature, we talk about the experiences that an individual has gone through, the kind of neighborhoods the individual lived in, the kind of schools the individual went to. All of these things help shape our ideologies and perceptions about different things. And so someone who went to Wesley Girls' School will have a different idea than someone who also went to Archbishop Potter's Girls' School, because these different schools have a particular culture in their schools and they help shape their students according to their culture. And so nature and nurture help shape our personality. And next one we talk about is self-identity. Self-identity basically refers to how an individual knows, feels, sees, and understands him or herself. So how I see myself, I might see myself to be confident, you might see yourself to be shy. All of these things refer to how we see ourselves. And so people view us differently. But how do you see yourself? How do you know yourself? How well do you understand yourself? This is what self-identity is all about. And so with self-identity, in simple terms, we are talking about the knowledge that an individual possesses about him or herself. And with this knowledge, an individual can better relate with others, because when you understand yourself, it is very easy to understand other people too. We talk about the types of self, and the first one we'll discuss is the real self. The real self talks about who an individual actually is, irrespective of the weaknesses or the negative sides of the individual. And then the ideal self refers to who an individual would want to be, or who an individual wishes to be, taking away all his or her weaknesses or all his or her negative sides. This brings us to the end of this lesson. In this lesson, we've discussed personality, self-identity, and then the types of self. In our next lesson, we'll talk about false identity. See you.